Most of my clients have shared how frustrated they are in their jobs because they do not feel fulfilled, happy, or satisfied. Does this sound like you? For some years, I questioned the same and felt incapable of having job stability. First, because I moved so much between countries in the first years of my professional life, and secondly, because when I started a job, despite the motivation, over time I ended up feeling dissatisfied. I remember being taught that good professionals are those who manage to get stable jobs and move up the corporate ladder. With this in mind, I went out into the professional world looking for fulfillment and realized that when experiencing unhappiness, frustration, or dissatisfaction at work, suddenly the impact also manifested itself in my personal life. Did it ever happen to you? If this is something you're also experiencing, I want you to know that it happened to me as well. And it's something that we can change. Over the years, I understood that fulfillment and happiness should not be linked to a job. How did I learn that? Through a woman I greatly admired, Elizabeth Gilbert, who makes a masterful, practical, and liberating distinction between job, career, and purpose. A job is something that we must have. It is a contract where we exchange time and skills for money to access those material things that we want. A career is like a job, but you do not necessarily have to have one. A job definitely yes. A career demands huge commitment on your part, personal time is sacrificed, and the main goal is to generate value for the business. Last but not least, the purpose. This is a calling. It's something that has the power of impacting others, generate change, transform. The purpose is an inner force that is born within. It only depends on you and no one can take it away. At the end, having a job is a transaction. It should not make you happy. Happiness has been always there, inside you, curled up in a corner waiting for you to ask her out. What I have perceived through many conversations is that in many cases, there is a tendency to add an expectation of happiness to that contract. And that is where the conflict begins. If you have a professional career you don't like, I suggest change. If you have a job that you do not like, well, you can always get a new one. What I want you to take away today is that if you're confusing your job with your career and purpose, you are generating unnecessary burdens. We all live in a material world, and if what you have today is just a job, then I invite you to take it for what it is. If you have a career, good on ya. But if not, remember, it is not necessary to have one. After 10 years of corporate life, I understood that what I have had were only jobs. It is true that I'm grateful for all of them and I also did my best, but I was never interested in pursuing a career. When I understood the distinction between these concepts, it was like having broken the spell. Suddenly, I saw myself responsible for my own happiness and fulfillment. I knew it was time to stop complaining about the things I did not like about the organizations I worked for and focus only on whatever was within my control, doing my job. So just do your job. If you don't like it, get a new one. I can help you with that.